I finally have another market coming up next week after taking off of markets for almost 2 months. I never stopped market prepping though, so I have so many plushies to prep and pack for my market, and I thought I would take you along with me for that. So if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Veronica and I run a small business called Looping Teddies. I sell mostly crochet plushies, but I've started incorporating some other things into my small business as well, selling crochet keychains. So I have quite a lot of plushies that I need to tag for my next market, and I thought I would go through that with you right now and kind of talk to you a bit about how I tag my items, what my process is like, how I like to pack for my market, and just do some inventory with you. So let's go. Okay, so this is my storage area where I store all of my inventory for my markets, and yes, this is in my living room because I am sadly not one of those lucky people who have an actual craft room, so I just have to store all of that in my living room. But we will go through that. I can just tell you, this box, this big one, is all of the inventory that is left over from my last market. You can kind of see that all of these items are already tagged, and then up here we have all of the items that I made since my last market. I also have some more over here, and then I have a couple of works in progresses that are currently not included in this that I will try to finish before the next market, but for now we will be focusing on all of the finished items. And then in this little box on the side, I currently have all of the wristlets that I recently made stored in, so they are all in this little box. I have a peg stand that is still not completely done that my boyfriend is building for me for my next markets. So here are the wristlets. We will not be worrying about them today because I will just hang them on my pegboard and display them this way. So these will not be a focus of today's video. But for now, I'm thinking that I will just dump out the whole bin of plushies that are currently not tagged and just kind of sort through them and see how many tags of which item I need to prep. So that's what I'm thinking that we will be doing now.
Okay, growing up I read books about enchanting bliss, falling head over heels, sealed by a true love's kiss. Embers in the air, flickers everywhere, a fire you just can't miss. Now the older I get, the more I reminisce. I want it sincerely, so I'm still daydreaming. I see it so clearly. If you're out there, come find me. When I fall in love, all the sparks will fly, lighting up the sky like the fireworks on the 4th of July. The city will ignite magic, wonder.
Okay, so I now have everything laid out that I've made since my last market. So there's two big groups. My mini chicks with hats, where I have made 19 of them. And then my baby octos, I've made 20 of. So I'm super happy with that. These two items are my bestseller almost every single time. So I'm super happy to be stocked up on them. And I also have some of the mini chicks left over from the last market, and then also some of the octos left over. So I'm pretty stocked up on these, so super excited about that. But also my cats, I currently have 9 more little kitties made, which is awesome because these are always super popular. Same for my turtles and my penguins. I'm happy to be stocked up on. I also was almost out of my chickens. These sometimes they sell super well and sometimes they are not super popular, but I was almost out of them, so I finally stocked up on them a little more. And especially the white chickens are almost always the most popular ones, so I focused on these this time. I made some more of my bigger octos. So not my mini octos, these are quite a bit bigger. And I'm all out of them. I restocked some of those in some very bright colors. So now what I'm thinking is that I will take out my little boxes where I store my mini items like this. And I put them into this bin after my last market because I had enough space to put them in there. But now I think I will be filling up most of the space with all of this inventory. So I will take them out and see how I will store them from now, because I want to store all of the bigger items inside of this box because it keeps the plushies nice and clean. They don't get dusty, so they are in a clean environment. So that's what I will be doing now.
Why is it seen as naive if I think it's all real?
One of my baskets broke, actually. So I've had these baskets for the longest time and they are pretty sturdy, but the first one just broke. Like, this handle just slides right off now. I think it's not that bad. I will just keep it like that. Nobody plays with these baskets, but still kind of annoying that I will have to fix that at some point. Okay, so what's left in here now are mostly my super big items that I've had for the longest time, like these two, and then some just randoms that were left from last market, some cats, some penguins and other birds, some more turtles, and all different kind of items, but basically not a lot. So I can't wait to actually fill this box up again. Okay, so now that I've laid out my plushies and I know how many of each item I have made, I will now begin to tag them, and for this reason I took up all of the penguins that are made. There's 7 in total that I have to tag, so I took them all up to my desk and now I will be tagging them. And the way I do this is, if you've been to my channel before, you probably know this sheet already, but I use an inventory tracker sheet. It's kind of hard to read this way because the camera flips it, but I basically put all of the items that I bring to every single market and I put little bullet dots onto the page, and I fill these little dots in when I complete a plushie. So I know that currently in my inventory there are 10 turtles, so this is what this says. And also in this inventory tracker I have my, I believe it's called a SKU number, so every single type of plushie has a different number in my system. So the turtles are 01 and mini octos are 02, and it goes all the way down to 16 because that is all of the different plushie types that I take to every single market. And I have some more where I only have one or a couple of that are different SKU numbers. I need to kind of redo this tracker sheet because I have some items that I bring to all of my markets that are currently not on this sheet. I've decided to not bring some more of some of the items that are on the sheet, so I need to redo that. I've been needing to do that for a while now, but this is pretty simple. I designed it myself. You kind of don't need any more information than the items you bring, and then kind of like filling them in once you complete your items. So this is everything that I do on here, but also I have my SKU numbers on here, so I can now read off of that my penguins are the SKU number 09. So that is some information that I need to put onto my tags. So my tags are something that I get a lot of questions for. I use these little tags. If you've been to my channel before, you probably know them. They are double-sided. On the front they have my logo and my Instagram handle and then my personal information, so I will not be showing that because I need to put that onto my tags because of legal reasons. In Germany or all of the EU, you have to comply to toy safety standards, which you have to prove by putting on the CE sign onto your tag. So that is what is in the back, but also you need to put your personal information, like some address, onto these tags. So that is what is on the front. And then on the back I have again my business name and my logo, and then the CE sign, which proves that I did some safety testing for my toys. and everything is safe to use for children. And then we have my SKU number. So this is in German, so it's kind of hard to explain, but there's my SKU number. And then every single item that I make, so every single penguin will have its individual number. It's another one of the regulations that I have to comply to. So I have a document where I document all of the last numbers that I put onto these for every single item. So I know, I will look it up in just a second, I know it's somewhere around like 40 for my penguins. So I have this document where I kind of track how many of each item I have made. So every single penguin will be trackable. That is one of the safety compliance things that I have to do. And then down here are the washing instructions and a note that tells people to keep this tag after removing. So this is what the label looks like for my small business, and I put these onto every single plushie, which is a lot of work, but also I have to do it, so I don't have a choice. I know that a lot of other plushie makers don't have to do that, and I am kind of jealous. I do realize it is for a good reason that we have to do this, but it is quite a lot of work, especially for the mini items where I have like 50 of. You have to tag all of them, but that's that. The way I made these tags is I ordered some business cards. So this is what the raw tag looks like. So it's just the same design on there twice, and the back is just the same, again, twice the same design, and I cut through the middle and punch a hole into the corner. So this is how I designed my tags. As I said, a lot of these informations that are on these cards is required, so I didn't have a lot of freedom designing them, but I think I'm kind of happy with them. I think after I finish all of them, I currently have around 300 left. After I finished all of them, I will redesign my tags, because you can kind of see there's a wide line up on top and the bottom, so the design wasn't stretched the right way when I ordered the business cards. So I want to redesign them once I gone through all of them, but for now these are the tags that I use. So as I said, the first items that we will be tagging are my penguins, so let's go. So now I will be writing the SKU number, which as we just looked up is the 09, and I just looked up and this penguin is in fact number 42, so I will be putting number 42 into the lower part of this tag. And now I will put the price, which is 10 euros for these penguins. And now I will be writing all 7 tags, and then I will be putting them onto the penguins. And now after filling in all of the tags, I will now be putting them onto the plushies using some white acrylic yarn that I have laying around. So I will thread them onto a needle, and I just kind of, for the different plushies, I just look for a kind of like flat spot where I can add the tag. So for these, it's like on the bottom side of the plushie. So I will thread my yarn through here, put on the tag, and just kind of add it on here. I tie a knot and then just cut the yarn off. So this is the way I like to do my tags. So now I will be doing that for all of the different plushies that I made, and just putting all of the same plushies onto my desk, writing the tags, putting the tags on, and then we will be storing them in the big bin, hopefully filling that up. So I will see you when I have tagged quite a lot of plushies, and we will put away all of the different items.
Thought the praying would make it better, but I swear to God I'm just as lost as ever. Thought the bottle would hold me over, It still hurt me just as bad when I got sober. Everyone around me's found a way to let it go, but I can't help but focus on the things I can't control. All the darkness in my mind, pain that I can't leave behind. I know there's a silver line that I can't see. All the cold and sleepless nights, running out of ways to fight. I know there's a morning light in my reach if I keep buying time. I stopped going out to bars, I quit smoking. Thought that giving that all up would keep me going. I got over people pleasing. I quit falling into love that had no meaning. I could search forever for a peace I'll never know, but I can't help but focus on the things I can't control. All the darkness in my mind, pain that I can't leave behind. I know there's a silver line that I can't see. All the cold and sleepless nights, running out of ways to fight. I know there's a morning light in my reach if I keep buying time. There's a storm inside my dreams. I'm still standing on 2 feet. Let the current carry me when the water gets too deep. All the darkness in my mind, pain that I can't leave behind. I know there's a silver line that I can't see. All the cold and sleepless nights, running out of ways to fight. I know there's a morning light in my reach if I keep buying time. Gin paints the colors of our evening. Already gone, why are you leaving? Shop for a sip, let's call it even. Haven't left yet, we're still grieving. Oh, why attention? Catch your eye, challenge accepted. Hold your attention just for a second. It leaves us ghosted.
Okay, so I finally finished with the big items and the box is filled up again, so I believe the lid will still fit, but it is definitely quite more full than before. But also I still have all of the mini items to be tagged, which is about half of the plushies, and it has taken me over an hour already to get all of these tagged, so this is a lengthy process. And this is exactly the reason why I wanted to do the tagging process before my market, like in the week before the market, because last time I pushed it out till the last possible moment and it took me such a long time to tag all of the items. It was such a hassle to get everything finished, so I wanted to be earlier and more on time this time. So I am super happy that I'm doing this today, almost a week and a half before my market, but also I'm kind of over tagging at this point, so I really need to push through with all of the mini items because these are so tiny and it's such a struggle to tag them sometimes, but I will keep going because that's what I wanted to finish today.
Tastes like honey, call me hurricane. Waking up to the sun when I'm out again. I didn't let it take me when the pieces fell out of place. Unlock the giants, I'm too Something never comes. Road trips and shotguns. Sunshine on my skin. Smile is kicking in. Vibes are in the air. Jumping everywhere. Endless nights. 'Cause summer's on my mind. I'm drenched in
Okay, so I just ran out of my tags. This is the final one that I have prepped. As you know, I prepped a lot of these and I didn't have to cut any of them for today, but I now have 8 plushies left to tag and I'm running out of them. So I need to cut a couple more of my big business cards in half and just prep them for actually tagging my items, but I think I will be just cutting the 4 doubles that I need to make, and then at some point in the next few weeks I will take some time out of my day to actually prep a lot of these tags again, because right now I'm honestly kind of over the whole tagging process. It has been dragging on for such a long time today and I am about to be done, so I really want to finally finish them. So that's why I will be only cutting 4 of these.
sunshine and good times. Changing the station with an open mind. I don't wanna sound selfish, but I'm not coming back. The highs up you touch like.
Okay, so I'm now finished with my baby octos, and the only thing that is left to do are my mini bee chains, which is only 4 of them that I need to tag. So this should not take me a long time, but I wanted to show you how overflowing this bin of octos is. It's insane. I don't think it's ever been this full. Like, I will not be displaying it like this at my market. I will obviously take some of these out, so it's not quite as overflowing, because people like to rummage through this bin and look for their favorite color. So I like to keep it close to this level at max. So I will take some of these out for the market, but for now I will store them like this. So I'm super happy with that. I also reached, as I tag every single one of my items, I can kind of track how many of each of the types of plushies I've made, and so far I've reached octo number 101. So I've made over 100 of these baby octos, which is kind of insane because I have not even been crocheting for a year, so I've almost made an octo every other day. So that's kind of crazy to me, but I really like making them, so I'm kind of happy that this is my bestseller and that I get to make so many of these. So these are all the octos, and now I will be tagging my mini bees, so my bee chains, which is pretty fast because I can attach the tag to the keychain part. So what I mean by that is I don't use string to attach the tags to these little keychains, but rather I use the little hole that the hole puncher leaves. So I just kind of slide the keychain part through the hole and attach it this way, which is pretty fast compared to tying a knot. So this is the way I tag these little keychain guys. So I need to do that for 3 more of them, and then I will be finally done with tagging. So I counted out earlier today when I was looking at how many items I had made since my last market, and I actually made exactly 90 items since my last market, which was on June 8th. So it has been about 7 weeks of no markets and I've made 90 items, which is kind of pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself. Also, in total, I now have around 180 items in my inventory, which I'm super happy about, and the total inventory amount, so the total worth of my inventory, is around about 1,600, which is pretty good. That is only counting my plushies. As I showed you earlier in this video, I also have my wristlets that I will be debuting at my next market, and I don't really know how they're gonna do, but I currently also have 20 of those in my inventory that are not counted in this plushie inventory. So let's add these 4 little bees to my stash back there, I will go over there and kind of show you what it's looking like now. So the lid actually fits. It is kind of tight in here, and you can kind of see that some of these plushies are kind of pressed up against the lid, but it's still all fitting in here and the lid snaps closed. So I'm super happy with that and all of the inventory that I now have. So until my market next week, I will be trying to finish all of my works in progress that I currently have in this bag. There's around 15 of those as well, so I will be trying to work on those. But for now, this is all of the inventory taking that I will be doing today. So thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. Don't forget to like this video if you did and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you again next week for another week of market prep. So stay tuned for that and bye.